All right, gonna do a transmission service on my 2008 997.1 turbo with a Tiptronic transmission. So the car's on, warming up the transmission. That way, when I drain the fluid, you know, any particles stuck in the transmission or any gunk or anything will probably be more likely to come out. You try to drain this in cold fluid, then anything that's stuck in the transmission, with the oil being a little thicker, might still you stay in there, might be stuck in there. So trying to warm it up a little bit, a few minutes, turn it on, maybe go through the gears a little bit, get that done. So yeah, again, it's a Tiptronic transmission. Doing it at night because we're going through a heat wave. Don't want to be outside in the heat, even though, you know, if I'm under the car I'm in the shade, but it's a little hotter than usual. So I got some lights, got my tools ready to go. And so here's the liquid I'm going to use. I'm using the Titan ATF 4134. So Porsche asks to use the 3353 ATF transmission, automatic transmission fluid, but this one is an upgraded version and it's backwards compatible, a little bit better protection against friction. So because it's backwards compatible, it can go into this transmission, which is the Tiptronic transmission. It's a Mercedes transmission, and this liquid was made for Mercedes transmissions. All right, I'm also going to use this infrared thermometer. That way I can check the temperature of the oil pan when I inject the fluid back in. I'm going to try and heat up the fluid as well, maybe have it sit in warm water. From what I understand, the dealership uses a machine that runs the liquid when you put it back in. And from what I understand, the machine just warms up the liquid, because, you know, when the liquid is cold, it'll contract and it'll expand when it gets hot. So this thing will help me kind of make sure that the transmission is warm. When I put the transmission fluid in, warm it up, check the level, kind of do that a couple times. Let's get to it. All right, drain plug for the oil pan for the transmission is going to be a T30. Fits perfectly. The fill plug, or the, I guess, level plug, check the level of the liquid, it's also going to be a T30. All right, and this cap for the valve to inject the oil into is going to be a 21 millimeter socket. Might need a deep socket to take out the entire bolt. The bolt actually has a like a hole in the middle that'll allow you to inject oil into it, and there's a valve. I think there's a little ball in it that allows oil to go in, but it won't allow it to come out. So you can inject it, and once it starts coming out of the fill plug, then that's when you kind of tighten everything, warm up the transmission, go through all the gears, then open this plug, see if it spills out, and then, you know, go from there. All right, so I might take out this entire bolt where you inject into the transmission, just to have it drain from here as well as the drain plug, just to make sure you get as much oil out as you can. Once you take off the pan, you're gonna I also have a filter that I'm going to replace, so I'll replace the filter. But this brace right here, this brace, let's see if you can see it. The brace is going to require a 15 millimeter to take that off, and there's only two of them, one on each side. All right, this is the bolt that that you use to fill the transmission with the fluid. So this is the side you fill. You connect a tube to it, and you use a hand pump. That's what I'm going to use. And there's a ball in there. I'm not sure if you can see. There's a ball in there, and it allows liquid to go through, but doesn't allow it to come out. So this is the other side. You can probably see the ball a little better right there. So this is screwed into right here. You connect the tube at that shorter end with a thread, and liquid goes in this way into the transmission. So you don't use the fill plug to fill the transmission. The fill plug is only used to check the level of the transmission fluid. I think that's the only purpose of that plug that's over there. Then you got the drain plug right here, and then you got the fill bolt that goes right there. It's a pretty cool little device. From what I understand, this thing's pretty expensive. It's probably a little difficult to manufacture. Yep. So I extracted, I don't know if you guys can see, that's 4 liter. That's the 5 liter mark. So just over 5 liters. Wasn't sure how much oil to get. I did get 9 liters in that box right there. I think the transmission holds 8 to 9 liters. I forgot the exact amount. I knew I wasn't gonna get it all out when I drained it. So I'm gonna pump in just over 5 liters. Okay, took the pan off, took the 6 bolts holding the pan off, and pan's right there. We got the filter that I'm gonna replace. Easily just slip that off, put the new one on. And then that's the old gasket. And I got a new gasket as well, along with new hardware, new bolts to secure the pan. And I put on new fill and drain bolts on the pan. I think I got everything from FCP Euro. They had a nice kit to kind of replace all that stuff. I'm letting the filter drain a little bit. I guess I can take it off and drain it that way. All right, new filter is in. This is the filter right here. FCP Euro gave me the exact one that I needed. And I got a new gasket around the pan. Probably gonna clean that oil off a little bit. And it's ready to install. I had to disassemble some wires because the pan had some clips attached to it that were holding some wires. So I just had to kind of maneuver some things around. Just got to put all that right back once the pan is in, secured. Pan is back on. Wires were put back where they were supposed to be. I just got to connect those, but I just sprayed it with contact cleaner. So I'm letting that dry out before I connect that. Next is to inject fluid into that and take off that fill plug to relieve pressure from injecting fluid into there. All right, so I kind of MacGyvered the tube onto the fill plug and zip tied it. There is a connection you can connect right here that connects to this tube, but wasn't able to get that. So I just kind of did my own thing, ready to pump. So this is the first quart. First liter, I should say. And I have the fill plug on the side open to kind of relieve pressure. Okay. Our So, when I took off the pan, so I know I told you that, I don't know if you can see, I don't know if I told you, but when I drained the transmission, it drained about 5 liters, a little over 5 liters, maybe 5 1/10 of a liter. When I took off the pan, more oil came out, and that kind of equaled to 6 liters total that came out of the transmission. So on to my second liter to pump in. Okay. Right. All right, so as I was filling the transmission, I put 3 liters in, and after the 3rd liter, it started coming out of the fill plug. So I closed the fill plug, closed everything, started the car, went through the gears for 10 seconds each, let the transmission oil warm up. After all that was done, it took maybe 15 minutes. Then I came back, took off the fill plug, nothing was coming out. Then I filled 2 more liters in. Actually, it was more like 1 3/4. After I put that in, it started coming out of the fill plug. Then I turned the car back on. After I closed everything, put the fill plug back on. Turned the car on, let the transmission warm up. It didn't take that long. Went through all the gears again as much as I could. I could not, since the car doesn't have the wheels on, I couldn't put it in 3rd, 4th, or 5th. I could just put it in 1st and 2nd. So, but I did put it in those gears for 10, 15 seconds each. Okay, then I turned the car off, came back underneath, took off the fill plug, and then I was able to put the rest of this one, and then I put probably 1/2 to 3/4, and then it really started coming out. I ended up putting the whole thing in and let it drizzle out, fill plug, screwed it back on, went back into the car, turned it on, went through all the gears, warmed it up, went to operating temperatures, and turned the car off, came back in, and I undid the fill plug, and it kept coming out. So that let me know that the transmission was filled to where it's supposed to be with the liquids. After I did that, even one more time just to make sure the liquid went through all the gears, the oil went through all the gears, and I came back under the car for the 4th time after doing this whole cycle, and the oil came out of the fill plug. So came out of the fill plug twice after going through all the gears without putting more oil in, so that let me know that it was at its max. All right, hopefully you guys got something out of this video. Appreciate you guys watching.